If you're over 50, you've probably heard about the importance of eating well and getting enough sleep to keep your brain healthy. And yes, those habits matter a lot. Good nutrition, quality sleep, and physical exercise are the foundation of healthy aging. But even if you do all those things perfectly, there's one crucial habit, often ignored, that plays an even bigger role in protecting your memory and keeping your mind sharp. This habit isn't just based on opinion. It's backed by decades of scientific research showing that active mental engagement can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 50%. What's important to know is that this isn't about passive activities like watching TV or scrolling social media, which do very little to challenge your brain. Instead, it's a form of deep mental exercise, actively learning, recalling, and explaining information that truly strengthens your neural connections and builds lasting memory. Today, I'm going to reveal that habit, explain why it matters more than you might think, and show you how adopting it can transform your brain health in just a few months. Although eating a balanced diet, rich in leafy greens, berries, and omega-3 fatty acids, and sleeping 7 to 8 hours every night are essential for overall brain health, research shows that without one key habit, your brain's ability to stay strong and fight dementia diminishes significantly. It's not enough to fuel your brain. You also have to exercise it, challenge it, and keep it engaged. The habit I'm talking about is something we call daily deep mental practice. Think of it as a gym session for your brain that combines learning new things, actively recalling information, and teaching or explaining what you've learned. When done consistently, it can reduce the risk of cognitive decline by up to 50%, according to multiple studies. Let me introduce you to John. John is 62 years old, and like many of us, he thought eating well and getting enough sleep were enough to protect his mind. But John had a problem. He rarely challenged his brain. His days were filled with watching TV, scrolling social media, and not much else to stimulate his mind. He never took time to learn new skills, nor did he try to recall or explain information. This missing habit quietly weakened his memory and concentration over time. John noticed he was forgetting simple things, misplacing keys, and struggling to focus on conversations. But John decided to change, and here's how. John began his new habit by dedicating just 15 minutes every morning to what I call daily deep mental practice. First, he started by learning something new each day. It could be a short video on history, a new word, or even how a gadget works. The key was to pick topics that stretched his curiosity and made him think. Next, he would summarize what he learned out loud, sometimes explaining it to his wife or simply recording himself on his phone. This helped John lock that knowledge into his memory, making it stick longer. Finally, he challenged himself by doing puzzles, memory games, or quizzing himself on what he learned the day before. At first, it felt difficult, but just like exercising a muscle, the effort made his brain stronger. After 3 months, John noticed he was more alert, remembered names and appointments better, and felt confident during conversations again. His brain felt sharper, like it was waking up after a long nap. This habit works because it taps into a concept called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to grow new connections and reorganize itself even in older age. When you challenge your brain by learning, recalling, and teaching, you strengthen those neural pathways. This is far more effective than passive activities like watching TV. In fact, studies from institutions like Harvard and Rush University confirm that mentally active seniors who practice these techniques regularly have significantly lower rates of dementia and cognitive decline. So, ask yourself, are you just fueling your brain or are you training it too? Try John's approach. Spend just 15 minutes a day learning something new, explaining it, and challenging your memory. Your future self will thank you for it. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who wants to keep their brain sharp for life.